Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to talk about another early 90s martial arts classic. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia, so I thought I'd do this video outside. The early 90s martial arts classic that I am talking about is Sidekicks, starring Chuck Norris, Joe Piscopo, and Jonathan Brandis. It also stars Julia Hickson, Danica McKellar, Beau Bridges, and Mako. It's directed by Chuck's brother Aaron Norris, who directed him in The Hitman, Missing in Action 3, and several episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger. Aaron Norris is a great martial artist in his own right. Now, this movie has an interesting life. It came out in the theaters, built up a little bit of a cult following, and then on VHS it built up more of a cult following, and I discovered it on the Superstation TBS. They ran it all the time on there, and I saw it and absolutely loved it. And it built up its little following there, but it never got a DVD release or a Blu-ray. But now, thanks to Vinegar Syndrome, it's got the ultimate 4K release here. So I'll go into that a little bit later. But let's talk about the story a little bit. Most people, when they first heard the premise, dismissed it as a Karate Kid knockoff. And it has similarities to the Karate Kid, obviously, but it has its own story and its own identity, and I'm going to go into that. Here, Jonathan Brandis, who does an excellent job here, he's sadly no longer with us. He plays Barry Gabrewski, and he's this little kid, and he doesn't really fit in. He has asthma, and he can't do physical things, and he wants to take up karate so bad, but, all the obstacles he has, and he doesn't fit in. So he doesn't know what to do, and he really struggles. So part of his coping mechanism is he has these fantasy sequences, like these daydream sequences with his idol Chuck Norris. And they show different scenes, like from the Hitman or the Missing in Action movies, where he's Chuck Norris's sidekick. He fights alongside him. Here he's strong, and he knows martial arts, and he's fighting alongside his idol Chuck. And that's the basic premise of it. But, he obviously crashes back to reality, where he's in the state he's in, and he's an outcast, and he can't fight at all. So he's really struggling, and his teacher, played by Julie Hickson here, feels sorry for him. It's like he realizes he's a good kid, but he's distracted, and he needs to learn how to stand up on his own. So she introduces him to her uncle, played by Mako here, who agrees to teach him karate and to, help him believe in himself some. And this is Barry's journey, how he learns martial arts, and then circumstances arise where he eventually gets to take part in a karate tournament alongside his idol Chuck Norris. So what I really like about this story, though, is it's not Barry's story, and then it turns into the Chuck Norris show here. It's about Barry's journey the entire time, and Chuck accompanies him alongside that journey towards the end. But the cast and crew is great here. Joe Piscopo plays a karate teacher for a school he first checks out early on in this story, and he feels, Joe Piscopo's character is a bully, and he's over the top and not really a real martial artist. So Joe Piscopo just hits a home run with this over-the-top villain role here. I mean, he obviously had a lot of fun with it, and he's a big part of what makes this movie what it is. Now, let's talk about the audio and picture quality here. The picture quality is very good. It's a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. It's a very natural looking. You can see the grain here, but the colors look very natural, and it's a very good looking transfer. The audio here, dialogue is crisp and clear, and the punches and kicks can be heard very well, but it's not, it doesn't bombard you, and it's not over the top. It accompanies the story. It doesn't take it over. So it's a very good, nice transfer. Vinegar Syndrome continues to do great work in that department. Now, where they really lead the way in physical media is their artwork here. So let's look into that. It is part of their VSU line. It's their fifth one. And it's the magnetic book here. You see this. And you see the back. And then you have the slip cover here. And then you have reversible artwork on the 4K disc itself. That's the original artwork here. And then you have the discs themselves. And also, it comes with a great booklet here that I really like. It's kind of like done like a karate magazine with different anecdotes about the film and different pictures and stills and stuff like that. Really good here. So Vinegar Syndrome, while you will pay a little bit more, I think it's absolutely worth it for a movie like this to get its due, which never even got a DVD or Blu-ray release. Here's the magnetic booklet here. All that, I think it's well worth it. Now, let's talk about some of these special features. Vinegar Syndrome goes all out here as well, and I'll read over those. First, there is the 4K presentation that I talked about. And on the Blu-ray disc, here's the special features. It's a 36-minute interview with director Aaron Norris, a production interview with producer Don Carmody, and an interview with actress Julia Nixon here, and designing Sidekicks, an interview with production designer Ruben Freed, and editing Sidekicks, an interview with film editor Bernard Weiser. So, and there's also a 10-minute promo reel, still gallery, and the reversible artwork that I talked about. So, loaded with stuff here. There's like almost 2 hours here of special features as well as the film in 4K. So, what more can you ask here? Vinegar Syndrome gives this cult movie its due for sure. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you like older movies like this, martial arts classics, please give Video Mania 2 a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.